No, I'm not the only one that has heard of the David and Celeste situation where the 20-year-old, he was dating a 14-year-old. Cardi and Nicki have been going back and forth on Twitter for about 2 to 3 nights, and now the government is shut down. Y'all, we have so much to get into. Welcome to Verified.T. My name is Tiffany, and I'm here to give you all this. Y'all, so it has been a while since I sat down and did a video for y'all on this channel, Verified.T, and I want to apologize for that because I've had a lot going on with school and there's been so much going on. But I want to do, like, every time something happens, I want to do like daily tea for y'all. Like, I really want to get into this YouTube because the TikTok, I have it back going up, and the Instagram and stuff, but I want to get the YouTube back, y'all. And so we have so much to get into today, and there's a few topics that I want to go over. Like I said, the first story I want to get into today that has been on my mind and that has been going viral is the Celeste, Rivas, Hernandez, and David story. Y'all, this is a lot. There's been a lot of speculations online, but I really want to break this story down for y'all. And then we're going to get into the government being shut down. And then we're going to get into Cardi versus Nicki again, part 3505. But y'all, let's get into the David and Celeste situation. Y'all, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, this, like I was saying, what I'm about to say is all speculation and all, nothing has been confirmed by the police yet. The only thing that the police has confirmed so far in the story is Celeste. Her body, of course, unfortunately was found in the front trunk of David's Tesla, right? And then yesterday his house was getting swatted. So there's just a lot going on in this case. So first and foremost, let's start from David and Celeste. Up to date, David, y'all, please don't forget to, like, comment, and subscribe down below on the stories we're about to talk about today. So David and Celeste. So David, up to date, he is 20 years old. And Celeste, she was 14 when she was found deceased in his trunk. And so, like I said, this is all alleged. So the backstory of this story is that David and Celeste met when Celeste was 10 on Discord. And so David, he was 15, right? So that's a 5 years age difference, which is a big age difference, by the way. And so they met, they started talking. I'm not sure how old they were when they officially started dating, but they did meet allegedly. They met on Discord when he was 15 and she was 10, which would mean that she would be in elementary school and he would be in high school, right? So they met, they started dating. And so Celeste, her family was saying that she ran away from home 3 times the last time that she was home, which would be, they said she was home like 2 years ago. She's been missing for 2 years, which is crazy. And so her picture has been up all around this. Wait, first, let me show y'all. This is David. And so this is Celeste, right? And so her picture was, wait, no, because y'all, there's so much. Let's get into who David is. David is I guess he's an artist. He got super big on TikTok, right? I didn't know who David was until the story came out, but it looks like he had his own, fan base. He had people loving him. He even did a tour. He was even going like out of the country. So obviously this man, I don't want to say kid, this man was big, right? In the sense of, he had fans, he had people, looking up to him. but he was mostly famous. He got famous off of doing, you know, video game stuff on the side. At first, he did video game stuff on the side, and then him and his mom started talking one day, and then he decided to do music, and the music was taking off. I got all this information he did a interview with Benny Blanco, aka Selena Gomez, her new man. They did an interview, and David, he was actually talking about how he really got started, how he got famous, for real. So I'll let y'all take a look at that clip. And so, yeah, that's how he got famous. He got famous really off social media, off TikTok. He was doing, you know, his video game stuff. And the stuff really started taking off. And so that happened. And I guess, you know, like I said, he was a gamer. And when he was on the game, when he was on Discord, he met Celeste. And so for y'all don't know what Discord is, let me get into, because a lot of people don't know what Discord is. Especially like if you're older, and if y'all have kids, y'all really need to know. Y'all really need to get into Discord. So Discord is an instant messaging social platform that allows communication through voice calls, video calls, and text messages. So pretty much like Discord is where there's a lot of groups on Discord, but it's mainly for, you know, gamers, people, stuff like that. But a lot of inappropriate things also can happen on Discord, especially because, you know, the kids are on there. And then, of course, the crazy, creepy adults, they see all the kids are on Discord, then they make their own accounts wanting to talk to the kids, right? And so that's just a little backstory on what Discord is. You can download Discord on Apple, on your iPhone, Android, iPad. You can even get it on the computer. So Discord is not hard to get. I have Discord on my phone, but I have Discord, you know, for business purposes only. So that's what happened. Like I keep saying, they met on Discord, right? And so when they met, she started running away from home, wanting to be with him. Mind you, they live in California. So I think where she lived from Hollywood, because, you know, he was big, so he had his house, you know, we're going to get into that too. He had his house in Hollywood. And so she would run away from home. I guess he would pick her up. I don't know, because how did she get to his house? Y'all smell me? Y'all are catching my drift. If she ran away from home, who would pick her up? We don't know that either. That's just assumptions. But she would run away from home, and there was, you know, Discords, not Discord. They would be on Twitch. She would be on Twitch with him. There's a clip I can show y'all where he's asking, you know, she does a nervous laugh, and he's asking all the mods in the Discord stream to delete it, because at this point in time in the video, she is a runaway. And so that happened. And so there was even a clip of her at a concert, at his show with her little brother backstage. People that always saw them would say she was always trying to hide her face. She always had a hoodie on, stuff like that. So I'll let y'all take a look at that. And so that happened, right? And so she, you know, so obviously, I'm not really sure, but I feel like this is just my personal opinion, the people that were around him knew, well, the people that were around him are saying that they thought she was a college student that went to the university in California. But in my head, I'm like, this child does not look, well, I'm not even going to say that. She just had, you know, like a really baby face. So to me, when I look at somebody, because I look young myself, but I don't look, well, people do say I look 14, 15, but if I was 12, I feel like people would know that I was 12. Y'all see what I'm trying to say? So they got into her age thing. Let's get into her family, right? Her family, they're saying that her mom only could identify her because of the tattoo. Her and David had matching tattoos, right? And so that's the only way her mom could identify her. I personally don't understand how you have a 10-year-old child and your child runs away. Lock her phone. You know, they were even saying that now there's a story out saying that her mom would actually like have to sleep in the bed literally with Celeste so she does not run away, but she ran away anyways. So that's with the family. Her family, they made a GoFundMe and they were actually able to raise the money. Her funeral will be on October the 5th. So on next Sunday is when they're gonna bury her. But at first they said her body was dismembered, and then they said her body was not dismembered. But either way, such a sad story. My condolences go out to her friends and her family. Now, David, on the other hand, I don't know where, nobody has seen David. Well, people have seen him like on the game and stuff, but that's it. You know, he had a house with his manager actually, and the manager, that was speculation. Once again, everything is speculation. Nothing has been confirmed. It was speculation that he was living with the manager. His manager actually came out and said that actually they don't live together. The manager, he's a family man. He managed David through online. So they were never actually together all the time. He only managed him through Skype, Zoom, and stuff like that. He said a lot of people are on David's team. He's not the only one. So he lived at home with his, wife and children. He's saying that this story has affected them tremendously. He's saying that he actually said that he has nothing to do with this. He doesn't know where people got the idea that him and David live together. But the house that David was staying at, he has moved out of it. People are saying that they don't know why he has moved out of that house. People are also saying that his dad is a lawyer, so his dad probably, advised him, but his whereabouts are unknown right now. And the thing about him moving out of that house is that the police, they can no longer go back and search that house, right? So him moving out, whatever they got, if they miss something, that's it. They cannot go back in that house because he no longer lives there. So nobody knows where David is. David, he has not been on social media. They have cut his label. They stopped, they still manage him, but he was on tour. He was on a U.S. tour. They canceled it. He was on an international tour. They canceled it. He had deals with Croc, Hollister, stuff like that. They canceled everything involving David. And so they said that they're not, as soon as they heard about the body in the trunk, his label completely was like, nah, we're not going to, we're not going to continue this until, well, they didn't even say until, they just stopped all promotion of his album. His album was actually supposed to come out like September the 18th or something like that. So everything involving his music has stopped. Actually, which is actually very sad, is that his music, Romantic Homicide, one of the biggest songs that he had, where he actually confesses to the slaying of Celeste, that song has skyrocketed. I feel like that always happens though. I feel like it's skyrocketed because a lot of people didn't know. I personally did not know a David. They were like, his song is big on TikTok, but I never even heard his song on TikTok. So the latest news to wrap up this David and Celeste, crazy story. The last thing that I know is happening is that somebody swatted his parents' house yesterday. I'm not sure if he lives with them again. I don't know. I have no idea, but somebody said like somebody heard a shooting in the house, and the police, they actually, super crazy. So yeah, that's the last thing. His parents' house got swatted. As of David himself, nobody has heard from him. He has been on the game, but that's it. Like, he hasn't been, well, I don't know. He's probably been, I'm sure he sees everything going on, right? But he hasn't posted anything. He's been on the game, but that's it. He hasn't spoken publicly about it. Like I said, his dad is a lawyer, And his lawyer, at first they said he was communicating. Now they're saying that he's just not communicating at all with the authorities. He hasn't even been named a suspect in this story yet, because allegedly they're still investigating. So it's just a big story. They said Celeste had a boo back then, which is crazy because she was only 14, 13. She had a boyfriend that he recently came out, and he was saying that about Celeste's, because her family, they're not really speaking right now. Allegedly her parents don't speak English, but if y'all go on her mom's Facebook, I noticed that her flyer is gone, and her mom really doesn't, she only posted Celeste one time on her Facebook. That was it. But that is it for the David and Celeste situation. Of course, when more stuff comes out and is confirmed, I will come back to the story, because as of right now, everything is alleged. Nothing is confirmed by the police. The only thing that is confirmed by the police is that they said that they did a search warrant on the house that he was at, but even now there's nothing. He moved out, right? So there's still an investigation. Hopefully they get whoever did this to Celeste. If David did it to Celeste, he has to, and then I feel like even if he doesn't, he was still, even him being in a relationship with Celeste, right? Because she was a child. We can't even say that she was a teenager. No. She was a child. She was a little girl that was in a relationship with a grown man. So I believe that even if he did not do this, right? He did not do this. He was not home, whatever the case may be. I feel like he still needs to be held responsible for being in a relationship with a minor. The police were saying that they can't even prove that he was in a relationship, which is crazy because it's all. I wonder if the police, do they even look at TikTok? Do they look at Instagram? Because I feel like TikTok, we really, y'all ate this up. This case, y'all really solved this case. Like, I feel like social media, we did this ourselves because everything is out. But once more stuff comes out, I will update y'all on that story. But that is my, think piece on David and Celeste, situation. So number 2, we are going to get into Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Oh, let's get into it. So y'all, these past 3 nights I feel like Twitter. Oh, Twitter, y'all, it has been so much going on, and Nicki Minaj is still going. Cardi said her piece, but Nicki is still going. So let's get into Nicki and Cardi. So let me break down the tea for y'all. Let me break down where they've been beefing for a while, right? But where this started from, let's get into it. So Cardi B, she released her album. Let's see, when did Am I the Drama come out? Hold on. When did Am I the Drama? Because y'all know I have to come with facts, because I don't want the Barbs and Cardi's people coming for me, right? So Am I the Drama came out September the 19th, 2025. Okay. Today's October the 1st. So it's only been 2 weeks? 2, almost 3 weeks that her Am I the Drama came out. And ever since Am I the Drama came out, it's been really drama with the girls, right? So Cardi B, congratulations to Cardi. If you're watching this, girl, congratulations, okay? She sold 200,000 copies of Am I the Drama. This is her second album in 8 years, which I feel like that is amazing. The numbers are great. If y'all haven't downloaded it, go download it on Apple Music, Spotify, even listen to it on YouTube. I love it. Ever since it came out, I'm going to be honest, I have not stopped playing it. That's how good it is. Like, it's a really good body of work. Cardi B 8. And so she sold 200,000 copies. And so everybody was waiting for those numbers to come out, right? The day those numbers came out, Nicki Minaj, she tweeted this. People were saying she tweeted this because Nicki sold more numbers on her album than Cardi. Nicki sold 228,000 copies on her last, album. And so people were saying that the reason why Nicki said that is because Cardi, she went on Spaces or something. She put somewhere that, she's going to get more numbers than Nicki. Like, she was like, bookmark this. Like, I'm going to get more, right? Unfortunately, she didn't. She got less, which is okay because her album was still very, very, very good. And so that's where this is where everything up to date, up to now, September, not even September, October 1st at 3:54 p.m. That's where everything started, was because Cardi sold less albums than Nicki on, for Am I the Drama? And so after that, these past few nights on X have been crazy. The girls have been fighting. So even Cardi, and there was a leaked audio, which I cannot play, of Cardi B. She was going off on Ice Spice. Ice Spice's team allegedly not Ice Spice. Cardi's team has blocked content creators such as me and other of my peers from playing that audio because that's like, you just cannot play. It's like against the law to play that song, which that they did that, which is crazy. But so let me break down what has been going on. So Cardi and Nicki, they have been going back and forth. They both mentioned each other's children last night. Cardi said something about Nicki, her infertility issues. And so I'm not going to get into the kids situation because personally for me, I don't promote that. I think that is absolutely crazy for adults to talk about children. I don't even promote that on my platform. So if y'all want to go get into what Nicki said about Cardi's kids or what Cardi said about Nicki's kids, y'all can, go look, but we're not going to discuss that. But children got brought up, husbands got, boyfriends got brought up, fathers got. So they were really coming for each other's families, y'all. It got bad. When everything was happening, I was like, this is like in real time. Like, this is crazy. It got really dark last night. And so, they were coming for each other's families, stuff like that. And Nicki, she ended up saying that she's actually going to sue Cardi B for talking about fertility and how a lot of women cannot. Cardi B is currently, pregnant. Nicki said to abort her baby, y'all. So it just got, Nicki and Cardi I've always known that they did not like each other, but to see this full live in the flesh in real life I did not like that. I think talking about kids is just, it was too much. And I know people say, I don't have kids, but you talk about mine, I'll talk about yours, but I don't like how the kids were brought into it. But, families got brought up. Nicki said she's going to sue Cardi. And so that all happened last night, right? But it's 3:57. They were going back and forth again today. Nicki talked about Cardi's kids again. And Cardi, she said stuff too, but after that, she was saying that she does not want to lose her brand deals going back and forth. She said more stuff about Nicki, but she left it at that. Nicki Minaj is still going off. She was saying that she talked about Jay-Z, she talked about Roc Nation, she talked about Cardi. So y'all, it's just a lot going on, I pray that, everybody comes to a common ground, but that's not going to happen right now. And yeah, they've just been look at what was said. Y'all can go on Go on X.
But yeah,
if y'all want to go and see, what was said, y'all can go on the blogs because they're all over the blogs, and you can even go on X because Nicki, as of right now, she's still going crazy. She's still going off, and so that is the Nicki and Cardi piece. And now we're going to get into the government shutting down again in 7 years. So y'all, the government shut down last night, and I'm gonna go look it up because I don't want Trump and his his people to come for me. But the government is officially shut down, right? And we're gonna get into why is the government shut down, which is crazy. And so the article that I'm about to read, it says government shutdown halts economic data, force feed to what? Yo, this is crazy. Let's get into why. So, wait, let me go and see. Why is the government shutting down? No. Why is the government shut down right now? Because that's like real tea. And people are worried because people that are on government assistance and stuff, they're like, well, what's about to happen, as they should be. So it says why the U.S. government has shut down, what happens now. So let me read y'all an article, and this is like a real life article, so y'all don't come for me, right? It says the funding for the U.S. government has been cut off after President Trump's Republican Party failed to agree with opposition's Democrat on a way forward on a spending bill. So this is all about a spending bill. It means that some, but not all, U.S. government services are coming to a temporary halt. Ooh. And then it says, why? This has happened because the Republican and Democrats could not come together to pass a bill funding government services into October and beyond. The Republicans control both chambers of Congress, but in the state or upper chamber, there are okay. So they're pretty much not agreeing on anything at all, actually. And then it says, what is the impact in jobs that are affected? It says, don't worry, not all of government will shut down. Those deemed essential workers continue as normal, although without paying. Oh, wait. So this means that people that work for the government are not going to get paid? What? It says government employees deemed non-essential are temporarily put on unpaid leave in the past. These workers, oh, wow. Oh, this is serious. That means that if you work for the government, you will not be paid. Wow. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I just thought of the people that were on government assistance. Oh, wow. And it says, what's different about the White House response? It says, what stands out about this current standoff is the position of Trump's team. Oh, and then yesterday, Trump, and I quote, it's right here. Trump, please, MAGA. I'm reading out. It says we'll be laying. It says Trump said he'll be laying off a lot of people. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It says the last shutdown was in 2018, which lasted 35 days. What? Oh, I did not know this. Oh, wow. Right. So if you're in the U.S. like me right now, there is no government. Like, this is like big. So they said the last government shutdown lasted 35 days. Today's day one because they shut down yesterday at midnight. So if you work for the government, it's okay. Hold on. I'm sure things are gonna get resolved soon. I'm giving y'all hope. But that's the government shut down as of. That's the tea I have on it. Right. Well, not tea, but that's the news I have on it right now. So y'all, we got into David and Celeste situation. I pray they get who did that to her, And like I was saying about that, David, even if he did not, Celeste, I think he should be held accountable because he was in a relationship with her, right? Even if he were to say, no, I wasn't, there's proof, baby. There's proof all over the internet. They were on Twitch together. His friends are saying they thought she was 19. So I really hope they get that together. Nicki and Cardi, if y'all want the tea on that, go ahead and go on X right now. Nicki is still going back and forth about that. And then next, we got into, the government shutdown. Last time this happened in 2018, it lasted 35 days. This time, hopefully, it does not last that long because people have families to feed, they have things to do. So hopefully the government is back in action. So thank y'all so much for tuning into my video today. Hopefully I give y'all as much tea as possible. Like I said, I want to do these, we're going to get the YouTube back up and running. So please, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next Verified.T video. Bye-bye.